Good morning, everyone. Today we will continue our exploration of um, different aspects of the vegan lifestyle, of kindness and compassion towards all beings. And today we're going to see a painful reality, which is hunting. And there are quite um, many hunting going on in the world. And so let's discuss this. So um, yeah, like what is hunting? Why do we hunt? Hunting is seen as a kind of tradition, even a sport, or maybe even a necessity. But the reality is just that it is the deliberate killing of sentient beings who value their lives, and like we do, no difference. We value their freedom, their families, and yeah, just basically killing sentient beings for nothing. For maybe some believe that it's like manhood to be able to kill innocent beings. I'm not sure. For some, I believe it's probably like a rite of passage. At least, like maybe the parents wants their children to experience the thrill of hunting, something like that. But it is quite a mystery to me how we can even think about it. Especially, basically, it's murder. Um, no more, no less. It's direct murder, broad daylight murder, and totally accepted by society, at least in many parts of the world, by many people. They view it as normal, nothing strange. Um, but it is the strangest things in the world if we think about it, if we really reflect about it deeply. Yeah, it's why do we really do it? Um, so, yeah, so we're going to discuss this a little bit. And through hunting, we continue the cycle of violence towards other beings, um, not only animals but also humans. When we hurt the animal people, this will translate into humans' territory as well. One cannot separate one from the other. That is an illusion. So, killing the animals will for sure also have grave consequences for the humans. Because it's just violence. Violence is violence. Doesn't matter to whom it is directed to. We may believe that animals are like moving targets, maybe for practice, like a game, maybe. And that's a total mystery. But it is, yeah, it is so normalized everywhere. And yeah, it is so sad. In some places I go, I see in forests, I see like a big observatories. But the goal is not to observe animals, it is to kill them, to hunt them. Um, and all animals are basically hunted. All the wild animals do not feel safe in forests, even though it is their home. It's supposed to be like a safe place. Of course, they have between them like predators, and but the greatest predator is the humans. The greatest threat is the humans by far. And yeah, it is so sad, but at the same time, we can change that. If somebody is hunting, well, just stop it. It's like one can stop it from. Basically it's a choice. Unfortunately, it's a choice. It's not. It's not. It should be a law that it is forbidden to hunt, but for now, it is a choice. So if it is a choice, then we can either choose to do it or not do it. It's completely 100% our choice. We can also not support them, and those who hunt, and yeah. So yeah, animals are not targets. So many animals are killed that way. They are not objects, pests, or moving targets. They are individuals with emotion, instincts, and a deep will to live. And they are very cute. And yeah, well, they experience everything that we do. It's not that they are like senseless beings with no feelings, no pain, no families. They are exactly like us, no more nor less. That's why it may be good to say animal people instead of just animals, because we are just an animal. So who knows? Maybe we will be hunted next. Um, yeah, and animals are so advanced beings, even more advanced than humans in many ways. Um, and yeah, they are like us. They have social bonds. They have families. They have childrens. They have a great emotional capacity, and they are conscious, living, breathing being. They breathe like us. So why do we do that? Do we consider it like a game? I think probably when one starts to do it, maybe the first couple of times, this is very weird, and one does not like it. But maybe not with everybody, but with some, and then with time, this becomes we can become desensitized, and then it becomes very usual, almost normal. Um, yeah, there is one documentary which shows this. It's called Christspiracy. It's quite a good documentary. I would recommend people to see it. And in that documentary, there was a part of it discussing um, like a young person um, who goes to hunt with I don't know, I don't remember exactly who it is, maybe his father or grandfather, and he hates it, but he does it anyway, but he feels very guilty about it. And Yeah, that is the reality of things. We are not meant to hurt other beings, and this is for free. Basically, we don't need to do it. We don't help any nature in any way. And yeah, beings they suffer terribly. Um, yeah, like us. I mean, if we are hunted, how would we feel? There are very many horror movies that are something like that, like some beast chasing after us and wanting to eat us, or to kill us. And yeah, it's and basically we are doing exactly the same to other innocent beings. And in those movies, often we see like the heroes who are fighting those monsters, so-called monsters. And yeah, and everybody cheering the good guy, um, so-called good guys. But yeah, but oof, we are doing exactly the same thing, but we are the so-called bad guys. So something to ponder about, to yeah, to mule, um, to reflect upon. Why exactly do we do that? And yeah, the animals they feel intense pain, of course, when they are wounded by either arrows, traps, or bullets. Tears through their flesh and bones. They feel extreme stress. Psychological trauma is immense, and it can be a very slow death. Um, they can even escape, but still be very wounded, and then they will die in great pain um, after many hours, maybe days. So yeah, why do we do that? So that's the hidden cost of doing that, and the most maybe the incredible thing is that this is considered as maybe relaxing, maybe a sport, even a leisure, a hobby. Not only hunting, but I would include in hunting also fishing. It is also hunting, um, and often like fishing is considered a very relaxing like activity. Like I go fishing, meaning I go to nature and be happy. Um, and then I kill innocent beings for free. It's so weird. So yes, so we should be aware of it. So I'm all I'm doing with this presentation is just kind of educating about different aspects, and that there are things that we do not need and things that maybe we need to hunt, but that is ridiculous. Nature existed for millions of years before we exist, and nature did very well. Animals, nature also self-regulates. She doesn't need humans to regulate her. So yeah, another thing that people don't think about is that families are torn apart. Um, because they're not just individuals, they are social beings. So they have families, they have partners, they are social groups. So when we kill a parent, then the babies are left orphaned, and then the young animals are having to live on their own without the protection of their parents. You know, babies often are quite long time with their parents, like humans. Like elephants, babies, they stay with their parents for 16 years. Can you believe it? 16 years. Uh, if you kill the parent elephant, um, like if the baby is just one or two, then yeah, what would become of the poor baby? And then also, yeah, the they have partners. So when we kill, like there are many species who made for life, or they form like great pairs, like friends, like best friends, like we do. And if we kill one of them, then they will be uh, depressed and very sad and very lonely. Um, and that's wrong, obviously. And yeah, so they will also mourn their deaths for days, and many species mourn their deaths. And if their mates is killed, then they will never pair again. So those are not just instincts; they are just expression of like genuine grief and loss, and kind of not understanding why it happens. And yeah, when we think hunting again, we don't think about it. And fish are the same. Fish also have families. Um, and yeah, fish is not only small fish; it's also big fish that are hunted, like whales in some part of the world, um, dolphins, and same thing. What about their social aspect and their partners and their babies, their children's? It is just so unnatural. So yeah, this bond between especially the mother and the offspring is present in all species, no different than humans. So we should reflect upon that and think, why do we do it? Why does it even exist in this world? It's a mystery. Yeah, there are many myths about it, like we help nature, but nature does not need guns, traps, or human domination. Nature did very, very well for millions of years before humans interfered with that balance. Yeah, all this claim that they help wildlife management is absolute nonsense, and it's maybe one of the most persistent myths out there. Maybe that's why people just think, okay, it's okay, they help nature. It's to put it politely, it's nonsense. And yeah, the hunting is basically the problems are created by humans. So I mean, the all the problems that happens in the world is created by humans. Like we kill, we destroy forests, we deforest quite a lot of it. Because why? Because of the animal agriculture, the meat, fish, dairy, eggs. All that is destroying nature, and then yeah, we kill also the predators. We all this basically we destroy all the delicate nature of nature ourselves, and we cannot solve it by killing animals by hunting them. That is so nonsense. And then we solve it by even more violence. So it's like violence over violence. And yeah, so this is man-made distraction that again we can stop if we don't need to participate in it. If we are a hunter, then we should reflect upon it deeply and just stop. That's it. Stop. Don't do it anymore. Um, think would we want to be hunted ourselves? I suppose not. Um, and yeah, so why do we do it to others? It's like the saying, do not do to others what you would not want to be done unto yourself. So others is not only humans, it's all beings. Yeah, to ponder about. Yeah, this is just ego that is disguised as management. It's the wish to dominate, the desire to dominate other beings, and to basically decide who lives, who dies. Just humans' ego. Um, and yeah, even in not only in the hunting, but we see it very clearly in wars also. When some country wants to dominate another country, it's very similar. It's like they don't care about the people who live in the other country. They just they want to dominate the other country, maybe because they are bigger, they have bigger army. So they do not do it to defend, but to attack with no reason at all. And they destroy millions of lives for nothing. And how can one not feel guilty about it? Maybe because one thinks that maybe one country is one's own, and every other countries are maybe they are not they're not important. Like who cares about the other people? Not realizing that we are all one, and that all beings basically share the same desire to live, same things like families and social aspects, taking care of their families, and exactly the same. Doesn't matter which country one lives in. Country is just a community, basically one could say. But communities should help each other. And similarly with hunting, we are the country that dominates, like we are the humans that dominate the other countries, the other people, the other animal people. And because animals are so innocent and cannot defend themselves, so yeah, so they are just killed one by one. The animals, they cannot create tools, they cannot create armies to protect themselves. They are extremely innocent. So we should protect the innocent, and let nature self-regulate. Yeah, so it's like the idea that humans need to control, to manage nature, but we should know better from millions of years of evolution. And even some do it for like entertainment, finding pleasure and recreation in taking lives. That's maybe the most disturbing. Treating all sentient beings, yeah, as objects for amusement. Um, uh, this is disturbing, isn't it? Um, yeah, as I said, like I think in the past, that um, I received some points that I could like so-called rewards that I could use in order to buy some things on a site, and then at work, and then I went there and I saw that one of the categories was like I think it was leisure, hobbies, hunting, fishing, something like that, and that shocked me, and I just left it. I closed the browser. Um, yeah, how can sites encourage such things and sell all those stuff for hunting, all the traps, all the guns, um, all the fishing gears? Um, it's um, it's quite strange for me, at least. And yeah, and many of it is also based on tradition and that are not questioned. But there are so many horrible traditions in this world that people do without questioning, um, maybe because of social um, pressure, family pressure. It's like everybody goes not looking, uh, just doing whatever, like holding the other people person hands and just doing whatever other people are doing, and we don't question it. We refuse to question it, and so many traditions, like some of them have been abolished more or less in this world, like slavery, but some remain, many remain, like hunting, like bullfighting, um, like all the racing, horse racing, dog racing, and also the all the animal agriculture, all the meat, all the fishing, fish, dairy. All these are also traditions, and they are quite terrible as well. So yeah, so saying that it is management is not very compassionate, um, and there is violence in any case. And yeah, what would really true wildlife management would actually mean to protect the habitat, to create wildlife conditions in nature to make it a real ecosystem, and then leave it alone, not interact with it, and not destroy it, and just make it as nature intended it to be, um, instead of managing it in a terrible way, like killing. So yeah, so yeah, some would say that one another excuse for it is food, but of course that is no longer an excuse. Even in the past, it was not really a good excuse, because one could always eat fruits or vegetables or rice or uh, any of those foods. So one never needed to hunt. Um, but even in modern society, maybe something that it is for food, but no, I mean supermarkets are completely full nowadays, more than they ever would need. Plant foods are abundant. They contain everything that we need to 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 thrive, and there is no survival like this. We are not living in a drought. We're not living in a desert. most of us at least, we we have abundant access to food. Um, Not everyone in this world, unfortunately, but that's also because of the animal agriculture that there are so much um, poor people who starve, because animal agriculture is using most of the lands and most of the food for the animal themselves, for the cows and all the animals. Yeah, all the plant-based food, actually most of it is for animal. I think don't remember the statistic, like something like about 20 percentage of the animal agriculture. I mean, they provide about 20% of the calories, but they take about 80% of the land. So it's completely disproportionate, um, and that's what creates all the hunger issue in this world. So yes, human hunger is also coming from animal agriculture um, reasons. But in any case, we we do not need it for food. Um, Never did, and never don't do, and we never will, or almost. I mean, if we are okay in there's droughts, no technology, nothing. That's a very different situation. But most of us are not in those situations. So we should not think like, yes, but what about those people and those people who cannot? No, what do we? What can we do? Um, so if we have no choice, okay, fine, but we have choice. Yeah, this is like we use technology, like humans' technology, like weapons that, as we said, animals cannot defend themselves. They cannot create armies. They don't have weapons. They have nothing. Um, what they have is their legs to run away. But most of the time, humans are cunning and can trap them in traps and whatnot. So yeah, what can a deer do against a rifle, or a bird against shotgun, or small animals traps against traps? They cannot do much. It's completely imbalanced part. Human technology and training and with the intent to kill, and versus an animal who simply trying to live their life. So yeah, we have so much like powerful weapons. Um, some maybe use bows and arrows. Maybe people believe that this is like somehow romantic in a way. Um, and we have very cool traps. All of those are just extremely painful, and animal die in agony for a long, long time. And yeah, there's no bravery here. It is not manly. It is cowardly, very cowardly. Um, One should not be proud of it. It's just a violence against the defenseless. So we use weapons against those that don't have weapons. That is very cowardly. And again, it's not for defense. If it's for defense, one can understand, like defending ourselves, like we have the right to defend ourselves, but not to attack. Um, and in this case, we are the attackers, and the animals are the defenders, but well, they cannot defend themselves. So, so yeah, it's a completely unbalanced war, So we are at war against nature, basically. But nature has no chance against us um, when we are destroying this world as a result. So yeah, it's not a fair fight. It's not a test of skill. It's not natural. It is simply killing made easy by modern technology. And then we romanticize it with like language of sportsmanship and skill. And this is basically like a game. This is also something that I'm not um, too much fond of. Is all the games that we have nowadays that our children are playing, very violent games. That is another topic, but maybe it's a reflection of society. Um, that yeah, in games we also hunt and kill humans as well, and we consider that normal, like a game. But no, we can play really game. I mean games like fun games that like logic games. Um, so many lovely games of puzzles games that do not involve any kind of violence. Um, that would be great if there would be more of that. But I think most people they play quite violent games nowadays. Um, and yeah, what does it do to the psyche? I do not know, but it's probably not the best. Um, it promotes anger, it promotes envy, jealousy, um, it promotes negative emotions in the midst of killing beings. So yeah, and we see that in real life with hunting. Hunting, maybe some people believe it's like a game, and then the animals are shooting targets, and yeah, maybe even they count points, like 5 points, 10 points. I don't know. Some just inventing, but maybe yes. So it should not be romanticized. Hunting should be seen as it is, murder, no more, no less. Completely complete and utter murder. It should be illegal. Um, in some places on earth, it is illegal, luckily. But in many places, it isn't. Um, and yeah, so if we want to move towards a heavenly planet, then we should begin by making it heavenly, making it a heavenly planet, basically. Because I know it's redundant saying to make a heavenly planet, we need to make it a heavenly planet. But that is true. We need to begin with ourselves. We need to open our eyes and see reality as it is. Not follow traditions, not follow um, even our family values if they are not right. Not following societies if societies is blind. We should wake up, basically. We should open our eyes, open our ears, open our hearts, opens our mind to logical thinking and not blindly following some wrong ideas. Yeah, so what can we do? We can coexist, not dominate. That's true respect to nature. So we need to change our relationship with the wild world around us. It means changing the paradigm of control and exploitation to one of coexistence and reverence. meaning we need to protect habitats. We need to help expand the wild spaces where animals can live without human interference or threat. We need to create corridors between those habitats, like we have highways, so that's also important. We need to let forest be forest. We need to stop the deforestation, extremely important. Again, most of it comes from animal agriculture, so we need to go vegan. We need to go plant-based. There's nothing nice about animal agriculture. Um, I'm sorry, but it's a disgusting industry, all of it, that many people don't realize it yet. Maybe it takes some time, but it's a cruel, violent, and unjust, and yeah, it should be even illegal. To this animal agriculture should be a very like a criminal organization, basically. Viewed as such, at least. And yeah, we should let animals live freely, really respect their autonomy and right to exist on their own terms, in their own territories, without, again, human so-called management or control, in quotation mark. We should, very importantly, observe without interfering. Like there are many, there are not many, but there are some places where one can watch wildlife through in a distance, like through binoculars or maybe even documentaries. Yeah, instead of taking photos, not lives. That is wonderful. Like also birds, if we have a garden, then we can just watch them from a distance, never try to catch them. That is extremely cool. And yeah, watch them, enjoy. Like we have a garden that every day we watch the birds come, and it's wonderful. We give them food, give them water, give them maybe some games to play, and they enjoy it. Small, big, all kinds of birds come to our garden, and that's wonderful. And people who have gardens, they can do that. And even those that don't have gardens, they can, at least they have a balcony usually, then they can give food there to wild birds. And the birds will thank them because of what we do to nature, there's not enough food for the birds and for the animals. So we created a problem, and we need to, and some needs to help some of us. But it would be great if all of us would help. Yeah, so there's this, not this, so doing whatever we do in hunting, like trying to control through killing, like managing nature as if it's a resource, and treating animals as problems to solve, not as living wonderful beings. But we can create space for them, create a natural balance, protect them as much as possible. We can witness rather than intervene, and celebrate life rather than taking it. So yeah, so there is this wildlife tourism industry that does just that, where we can actually approach animals, wild animals, and appreciate, not necessarily approach, but appreciate them from a distance, letting them live their lives, but without any interference or minimal, and enjoy watching them. Now that is true joy. That is real. That is the joy that we are supposed to feel. The so-called hunting joy is not a joy. It's one very very strange, if that's a joy. one should never feel that this is necessary, that it's required. It's not. But yeah, it's a in this world, in some places, it's a choice if we hunt or not. Let's if we do, then let's stop immediately, and if we don't, then let's not support it. Maybe not buy um, all the meat from hunters. Maybe I don't know. I don't know this community really because I was never in that community. But maybe they also sell their meat. Maybe give it even. We should just not accept it and not buy it and not support it. Yeah, in some places also they hunt like foxes, and I think that's in the UK, and that became like a tradition for them, for the high society. They even have their clothes, specific clothes, and they have their dogs who run after the foxes. Then it's really considered as a game there, and that's absolutely atrocious, in my humble opinion. I hope you agree. Even if you don't, it's maybe reflect upon it. Sometimes it's hard to see things when we are in it. It's only when we are outside of it that suddenly we realize what's happening. It's like being in the water and not noticing that we are wet because we are so long in the water. We need to get out of it, and then we can appreciate it better. And yeah. So compassion is the way forward, that's for sure. So that's a peaceful future for all beings on this planet. That needs a shift in our understanding, in our hearts, in our mind, and to have more empathy, to recognize the animals as complete living beings with their own lives, and that they experience suffering and joy like us, like we do, and just choose not to inflict pain. And then we have to be humble, to accept that we are not the superior species, and that we are not supposed to dominate any other species. We are not the rulers of nature, but members of it. And yeah, we are a member of a vast interconnected community of life. That's humility, very important. And yeah, we should leave animals alone. That's what they always wanted. That's what we should give them, the freedom to live. And if we want to be part of their life, then we can help them. We can assist them. With our tools, with our wonderful tools, we can help them build sanctuaries, remove all the traps around the world, stop all the hunting places, like make laws to make it illegal. We need lawmakers to make it illegal. I thought it's probably quite hard because there will be like strong resistance, but strong resistance will probably come only from a small percentage of the population who are hunting. And yeah, they will find something else, something maybe protecting animals instead of taking their lives. That will make their lives better also, and more productive and more empathic. And then once we will do that, once we will stop this killing, then we will finally be able to grow up as a species, we'll move beyond this violence um, that characterize our species, maybe this phase in time, and enter an era of wisdom, compassion, and coexistence. So that would be a wonderful civilization, a wonderfully compassionate civilization. So hopefully the future will be peaceful and leave the guns at home, or even better, just melt them, create um, create something good with this material instead of material for killing, maybe material for healing. So, so that's the way forward. So we can do it. It's a choice. The most important is that we can choose ourselves what we do. If we're a hunter, then we can choose to not hunt. I'm not saying minimize hunting, no, just stop it completely. We can try to influence other hunters to stop it. Um, and yeah, so I hope this presentation brought some maybe new aspect, new vision, new way of seeing this aspect, important aspect of the world today. It's a very important topic because it still exists all around the world, um, and it is something that contribute very much to violence toward the animal people and toward humans. So I'm firm believer that whatever we do to the animal people translates into human territory, like humans against humans territory. All the abuse that we see against the animals can be mirrored, or maybe all the violence that is seen in the humans against humans can be mirrored in the animal, what we do to the animals. It's like a mirror. So if we stop the violence against the animals, the innocent animals, I truly believe we will also stop all the violence humans against humans. Um, one begets the other. There's no around it, no way around it. So yeah, let's make this world into a heaven, all of us together. Thank you. So let's go to our daily practice. But let's take like 5 minute breaks because 5 minutes break before we start. So let's start our daily practice. Um, Daily prayer. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will show gratitude for my many blessings. Just for today, I will be kind to all living beings. May today be a joyful, peaceful, blissful, and magical day. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace to all of nature, peace to all living beings, to all humans, to all the animal people, and finally peace to ourselves, to our own mind. Om. Um, let's do the gratitude session of our daily morning gratitude, where we are grateful for whatever, whoever we wish, um, and yeah. So close our eyes and just be grateful to all beings. and slowly open your eyes. So, yeah, why do we do this gratitude practice? Because, well, gratitude is the mother of all virtues. It is said. I mean, there are many important virtues, but that one, like everything, comes from that in a way. When we are grateful, we become maybe a bit more humble because we understand that we are not alone in this world. We live with others. There's relationship um, about everything. Like when we eat, then we bought it from a supermarket. We had to so a farmer took it there, and then the farmer worked on the nature, etc. So it's all a kind of a web of existence. Um, and yes, so that's why we do this gratitude session, like every day, um, just to make us feel more connected to life, to the earth, to Gaia. So yeah, so let's move to the next part of the practice, which is physical exercise. So let's do something very simple, as every day we did until now. Again, feel free to do something more strong practice, but let's start with that one. So do the Sophie roll. So inhale, chest forward, exhale, back in a circle. The other way. Come back to center, inhale, exhale, turn to one side. Inhale, extend the spine a bit more. Exhale, turn a bit more. Inhale, center. Exhale, the other side. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, turn a bit more. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. Open your chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, round. Come back to center. One hand on the mat. Inhale. Exhale. The other way. Come back to center. Now hands on the shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale back. The other way. Now make some wrist turn. Open rapidly your fingers. Yeah, and let's move to the legs. So just extend the leg and stretch them. Bring one leg, one knee towards you and turn to that side. Now bring the other leg and turn. And bring your legs in dimension. So like that. And just fold forward. Don't push. And slowly come up. So that concludes our physical exercise for this morning. So this just take 3 to 5 minutes and quite easy to do. And it stretches a little bit all our body. Of course, there are other things that we can do, maybe like neck rolls, but maybe that's not for everybody. That's why I'm not doing it. Or just turning the head from side to side. That can be quite good. And of course, one can practice in so many different ways. But this is just like a very, very small, short warm-up. So after physical exercise, what do? We do relaxation. So that is very important, especially if one does really hard exercises. Here, of course, it was not very hard, but still it's a good idea to do some relaxation. And we're going to do the 61 points of relaxation, also called Shavyatra. So it's the corpse journey, in contrast to the corpse pose, Shavasana. So there's Shavasana and there's Shavyatra. And yeah, so it's 61 points that we focus upon on the body. And we try to really be very mindful, very concentrated on those points. There are different ways of doing it. One is just to be aware of the points. One is maybe counting. So count each time that we go to one point, we count 1, 2, 3. Another is to have like a blue star that follows us in each of the point. And yeah, so it's one can be a bit creative. But the 61 points remain the 61 points. So we'll do it together, like in every morning that we did it lately. So we do it twice, once together and once on your own. Yeah, so let's start. Just close your eyes. First, relax. Relax your shoulders, back of the head, top of the head, face. Relax your arms, your hands, your back, your hips and your legs. Relax your feet. Take a couple of deep breaths. And let's start. So bring your entire attention to the space between the eyebrows, the pit of the throat, the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, tip of the right thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, pit of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, pit of the throat, the center of the chest, the right chest, center of the chest, the left chest, center of the chest, navel, lower abdomen, right hip joint, right knee, right ankle, tip of the right big toe, tip of the second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Back to the right ankle, right knee, right hip joint, lower abdomen, left hip joint, left knee, left ankle, tip of the left big toe, tip of the second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Back to the left ankle, left knee, left hip joint, lower abdomen, navel, center of the chest, pit of the throat, and space between the eyebrows. And just relax. And now let's do it on our own, starting now. and slowly open your eyes. So yeah, so this was the relaxation. There are other types of relaxation. So uh, like the body scan, a systematic body scan, kind of what we did before. Starting the 61 points, that's like a normal body scan, but it was very short, can be made longer, going more fully into each part of the body. Can also be tense and relaxed. That's a very well-known relaxation exercise where we tense every part of our body, then we relax it. And it can also be done lying down. So instead of sitting, but it can be done in both positions. But lying down is quite pleasant, but one can drift asleep, so that may not be desirable. Still, yeah, um, that's one wish. So let's move now to our pranayama uh, session. So for pranayama, as always, we have three main exercises, practices. One is just breathing, trying to a little bit calming down the breath, slowing it down a little bit. Either 1-1 or 1-2, meaning we breathe in for X seconds and we breathe out for X seconds, or breathe in for X seconds and breathe out for 2X seconds. So the breathing out will almost always be greater than or equal to the breathing in, because that's how the parasympathetic nervous system, or the one that is calming, is triggered. Otherwise, it's more the fight or flight which is triggered, which we do not wish, at least not while meditating. So yeah, so let's do that. So let's start with the 1-1. So like before, we did 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. If that is too much, you can do 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, or even 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. This is like a controlled breath. So we inhale 4 seconds and we exhale for 4 seconds. After a couple of times, you can stop counting and just make it like you know already more or less the timings, and that's fine. No need to count. As always, we try to bring some qualities to our breath. So some of them are a very smooth breath, so no like jerks in between. It's really very, very smooth. Silent, no sound, no ujjayi. I mean, unless one's nose is blocked or something, but that's something else. And then we make it diaphragmatic. So as much as possible, we breathe from down in the belly. We try to keep our shoulders down and the chest very open, no tension anywhere in the chest. That way we will breathe naturally. And yeah, so no pauses between breaths, or minimal pauses, and breathing in and out from the nose, and not from the mouth. So yeah, the nose is made for breathing, the mouth for eating and talking and emergency breathing. But the mouth is not meant to breathe continuously. That can create health issues. So because the mouth doesn't have like a purification system like the nose, like that stops all the pollutants from coming into our lungs. um, and also it humidifies the air, and has different jobs, like also production of nitric oxide that we inhale when we go from the nose and very little from the mouth. So, and this is very important compound that expands the vessels. So it helps us to breathe better. So that's why, yeah, if we have this tendency of breathing from the mouth, we need to be mindful of it, be aware of it, and start a new habit of breathing from the nose. In the beginning, it may be unnatural, but then yeah, then uh, then it becomes natural. Um, so yeah, so let's do that. So breathe in 4 seconds, breathe out 4 seconds. And slowly open your eyes. So now we go to the 1-2 practice. Breathing in for 4 seconds and out of 8 seconds. So if that is too much, do either a 3-6 or 2-4. Yeah, so breathing in 4 seconds and out for 8 seconds. And yeah, same quality of the breath as we talked about. Um, being silent, diaphragmatic, no mm, make it as smooth as possible, no pauses from the nose. Those are the main points, I believe. So yeah, so let's do that. and relax. So now we move to the Showdown, Anuloma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing. The, the idea is to balance left and right energy. So we just alternate breathing from both nostrils. So Vishnu Mudra, index and middle finger, block the right or the left. Then we breathe in and out in a pattern. This is, now we're going to do the third pattern again. So if we block the right, then exhale left, inhale, exhale, switch, exhale, inhale, exhale. That's one round basically. And then if we do it 3 rounds, then the second round we start on the other nostril, and third round again on the first one. And we try to make it similarly to the other one, so same kind of pattern. Inhale, exhale, more or less the same time. No pauses, diaphragmatic breathing. Try to make it as smooth as possible. And maybe 3 or 4 seconds in and out, it's okay. So I know, there are many different ways of doing it, but this is an easy way. So let's do it. So first inhale, exhale, inhale to start. Block right, exhale from left. Inhale left, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and relax. So we're going to do it, each one of us, 3 rounds. You can make some pauses between each round, like 5-10 seconds. And don't forget to switch. The nostril that begins is the other one for each round. So if in the first round we start exhaling from the left, then second round we start exhaling from the right, and the third round again from the left. So let's do it, everyone at our own pace. Okay, let's move to the next exercise, Brahmari, bee humming bee. Very easy. We inhale and we make the sound by closing the mouth. So inhale and this is very, very relaxing. Very good also to create nitric oxide in the nose canals, and so very good for the lungs. And yeah, so let's do that for a couple of minutes. You don't need to follow me. Let's do that at your own pace, any tone, any you decide basically. Let's start now. And relax. Feel the effects of the practice. So now we are going to move to the self-dialogue practice, which is again talking about ourselves in a positive, kind, compassionate manner. Considering the mind is our best friend. That's always a good idea. So there are many types of self-dialogue. As I every day I tell again, just to recap. So there is prayer, either self-made or pre-made. One can also do a gratitude session, and one can also do affirmations. The metta meditation, like the Buddhist metta meditation, is very good, where we wish well to all living beings and then to all those that we are close to, our family members, or those, our friends, those that are neutral and those that are difficult for us in turn. Each time we wish them, each category of beings, we wish them well. Then there is the higher truths, like who am I or who am I not? That's a very important question. Kind of the goal of spiritual practice is to answer that in a nutshell. And another one is self-counseling, like what do I really want in life? What is my strongest desires? Positive, of course. What is my wish in this life? What do I want to do? How can I achieve that? what steps I need to take, what habits I need to develop, and what habits I need to undevelop. Um, yeah, it can be also very simple thing like what do I want? I just want to eat some good cookie. That's also maybe not a life wish, but that's valid too. Um, yeah, and finally there is the friendship with mind, where we when we just being friend with the mind, discussing as if our mind is our best friend, and in a way he or she is, because the mind is always with us 24 hours and 24. And yeah, the subconscious is very big, very big. Consciousness is just one part of the mind, or the part of the conscious part. Awareness being conscious, but the subconscious is believed to be much bigger. It's like consciousness. It's like the tip of the iceberg, but beneath it is a gigantic mountain. So yeah, so we talk with our mind in a very friendly way to our body, our higher self, in any way that we wish. So yeah, I will not say more to today. So I will spare you my lecture. So let's do that for 12 minutes today. Try to find a comfortable position. You don't need to be like meditation, not moving, but still it's helpful. and slowly open your eyes. So, yeah, so this concludes the self dialogue part. And yeah, let's take 5 minutes break and then we'll do the meditations. Okay, so let's start our meditation part of the practice. So meditation, contrary to self-dialogue, is where we try not to follow our thoughts. That's the main difference. Because there are many types of meditations, but we are going to focus on the breathing ones. So we're going to watch the breath at the entrance of the nostril, or at the upper lips, or the cold or hot air coming in and out of the nostril. And so we're going to just watch it, not follow, not control the breath. So it's really completely natural, no control at all. It may be a bit hard in the beginning to really understand what it means to not have any control. Just so when we breathe during the day, we don't think about it. It is the same thing, except here we notice it, we are aware of it. So we can do many things to help with that. Some like counting to start with. So we count from 1 to 5 and back to 1. Like each inhalation, exhalation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. We can also think in when we inhale, out when we exhale. We can also thinking, the word thinking, when we have thoughts that come, that drags us away from the concentration. So basically we use mindfulness to bring us back into the concentration, into the meditation. So mindfulness and concentration go hand in hand. Like mindfulness is using concentration, one could say. We try to concentrate and then our minds wanders away, and we use mindfulness to bring us back to the object of concentration. So we do it, we start with 3 minutes, and then we will go up 3, 4, 6, 9, and we'll see how much we go. So let's start with first 3 minutes. So in meditation, it's very important to feel stable and comfortable. So try to feel in a position where you can remain for a long time, where you don't need to move, not move like at all, except for breathing, of course. You can, if you have pain, of course you can move, but otherwise we try to remain still, like a tree, like a mountain. So this is called Kaya Steriam. Kaya means body, Steriam stability. So we try to make the body stable. When we meditate, doesn't matter the traditions, they are all the same, more or less. At least for sitting meditations. And and then once we are stable and once we are comfortable, then we start the concentration. And we can also do it sitting on a chair. If sitting on a cushion is not comfortable, that's okay. Just do anything that you need to be comfortable. And so let's start now for 3 minutes. and relax a little bit. And then we move to the 4 minutes. Okay, let's start 4 minutes now. Relax a bit and prepare for 6 minutes. And let's start. Okay, prepare for 9 minutes now. And let's start. and relax a bit and prepare for 12 minutes. If that is already too much for you, you can stop here. If you want a bit more challenge, then stay. Let's start. 12 minutes. relax a little bit, and then we'll pass to our final meditation of the morning, 18 minutes. So stretch your legs, do what is you need to do. And let's go. this concludes our practice for the morning. So to recap, the presentation today was about hunting, the issues with obvious issues with that it is not necessary, uh, and yeah, it's just traditions and some excuses, but um, it's best not to ever hunt or be part of it, and to help people stop it. Um, and yeah, so thank you very much. Let's end it with the mantra. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om peace to all of nature, peace to all living beings, to all humans, to all the animal people, and finally peace to our own self, to our own mind. Om. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Hope to see you soon, and bye bye.